up, family? This is Master Trainer Simon Pratt. I want to talk to you about what does it take to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. It sounds good, to say you're a hustler and you're doing this and you're getting your money, but a lot of times people don't really know really what it takes. Being an entrepreneur, you have to go and make sacrifices that most people are not willing to make. Every day, you have to have confidence knowing that you're going to go out there and get your money. Regardless of whatever happens, you're going to find a way for you to still be able to pay your bills. So it takes a certain amount of boldness and confidence to be able to be an entrepreneur. Because the things that I go and spend money on and the risks that I take money on to get to the next level, most people will not do. Sometimes I don't want to even do it. But the reason why I go and do it is I don't want to have to deal with the pain of living with regret. At least that with me, when I do something or I take a chance on taking my business to the next level or some type of business venture to come down to my fitness business, at least that I know that I went and gave it a shot. I'm honest with myself. I said, okay, I did my best, but this regret is something that you gotta live with forever. That's like the worst thing to me, so just, I rather know that, okay, I tried, I made it happen, and just like I listen to Rick Ross, like about a few weeks ago, I recently bought his book, the book that he has out. And the reason why I bought his book because I remember about a few weeks ago, and he said something that really caught my attention. He was saying that in business, all you gotta do is just get it right one time, and then that can change your life. Just get it right one time. So like a lot of times people are just so afraid of failing, they don't even try. They just say, well, okay, I'm just, I can't take a chance. I can't do this, so, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. Just come out to be an entrepreneur. You gotta just try, even if, it's a high chance that you actually will fail. So it was different things that I done tried and it didn't work out, but I just kept going. So really being an entrepreneur, you have to have this type of tireless energy and drive, when it comes down to this, you just find a strong enough reason for you to take your business to the next level. And also too, the other thing that's very important in business is to know what is your competitive advantage. So that's very important when it comes down to business. So once you know that, you can kind of pretty much just make sure things happen, and then when you fall, it's not that bad when you know your strengths. So I know my strengths. I'm really good at getting clients, really good at getting new business. So one thing about that I tell people too is being an entrepreneur. The basic skill of every entrepreneur is the ability to sell. So because if you can't sell, you can't produce capital. You can't you can't make any money. So sales is the lifeblood of any business. So if you can make another sale, you can survive another day. So, so with me, so that's why I'm a sales major and that's what I do. And basically, like I tell you being a personal trainer it's a sales job. So if you can always get new business, then it's not as bad as when it comes down to you being an entrepreneur. As long as you can always find a way to sell and make money and just, persuade people to go and just believe in your vision that you can help them, And so can you have the person to believe that, you can help them solve their problem? And I tell you if you don't get paid for what you do, you're not a professional. But just being an entrepreneur, it's some things that I spend money on while everybody else is just relaxing, they chilling, they going on vacations. I'm gonna think about the next few $1,000s that I'm gonna pay toward this to get my business to the next level. It's not easy, So sometimes I'll be like, wow, should I really even try this? Should I really even try to spend some money on this? I just love the feeling that, okay, I know that eventually, I'm gonna hit it right. Which, I'm glad the fact that, okay, I've been doing the training for a while, for like 8 years. So, I'm still doing good, and then everything is still good. But my main thing is, I want to just keep getting to the next level. So I'm keep willing to just, spend more money and make more sacrifices. But just being an entrepreneur, it comes down to that. A lot of times, these books and these shows, they try to make it seem like how, entrepreneurs are just, they just, everything is just so carefree and they're basically chilling and everything is all good. But they don't talk about how when basically you're an entrepreneur and what do you do when basically business fail? What do you do when you try this business venture and then it didn't go right. When the basic entrepreneur, he's at home or she's at home, and she's like, I saying, man, she's like, just saying, man, what can I do? So man, this is not working out. I'm not sure what I should do next. But yeah, but it's basically you gotta just have the belief knowing that, okay, man, okay, so eventually I'm gonna get it right. So yeah, but just definitely being an entrepreneur coming out, you just believe in yourself and being willing to, put your money where your mouth is. Or I like to say, put your money where your passion is. So yes, I just wanted to talk to you all about some of the reasons why people don't be an entrepreneur is because it's scary. You basically just saying, man, okay, I'm gonna quit my job, and then what if I don't make a sale? What if I basically, just can't, just come up with money? What I do? I'm gonna lose my place if I'm gonna get kicked out. And actually, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So even with me, it was a time where basically, I didn't have any clients. I mean, I had like a down season. I was training for a few years, and I was like, wow, so at the time, I didn't have any clients. It was like one of them times where it was cold outside and people wasn't trying to work out, and this is before I had products, and it was like a whole lot more harder. Basically, like, my story is I've been on my own being a trainer for 8 years, but it was the time. I think I was about a trainer for about 4 or 5 years when I basically worked at Export for like 2 years. So I said, I was on my own, so I was able to make money, but there was like a time where basically, I wasn't able, to get any clients. People weren't trying to pay, so so it was harder for me to be able to get cash flow. So I had to go and just, put my pride aside and work in a gym. So I had to work in a gym. I worked at Export. And but one thing about Export did teach me some really good fundamentals and some really good lessons that that I would have never known or thought about. The first thing that I learned was competitive advantage. Like, I'm not the biggest dude, but it's still as if, I had things that other people didn't have. So I'm gonna give you an example. Like when I was working at Export, and even still not to this day, I had the same skill that I was able to hone in on even more. So I'm really good at getting new business. And when I was working at Export, I was the best ever at getting women off of the floor in like 10, 15 seconds. So that was my secret, like they had, other trainers, 20, 30 other trainers, but they would admit that I was the best ever at getting people off of the floor. But I knew my specific target market. I knew that I'm good at getting women, I said, so I'm good at talking shit, and I'm good at, being bold. So I like to use boldness to put a person on their heels. But remember, to do a bold act requires a high degree of confidence. So with me, I don't care whether a person, they get upset over what I say, or, it's like, they come attitude with me. I honestly don't care, so it's like on that aspect of me, it's like numb. So I just shrug my shoulders and move on to the next person. So when I was working at Export, I seen like, man, I'm really good at getting new business. This is not normal. So and then I said, okay. So then basically I would go and do what they call doing the PTX. So doing the PTX is when basically you pull somebody off of the floor and you give them a workout, for like 15 minutes, in hopes of wanting to go and just give them personal training. Wanting to give them the paper personal training. So I was able to, when you basically do a PTX, you get paid $10. So you can make that session, really 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you even make it an hour. So what I thought about it, I said, man, okay, I actually could be at work hustling. And usually you can't hustle when you're at work. So hustling is getting your money in an entrepreneurial way, whether it's legal or illegal. So that's hustling. So even though I was at work, I was able to hustle. So I was able just to come in whenever I want to come in and then just work the floor. And yes, so I do like, between like, 6 or 7 or at least 12 PTXs a day, while I was still able to go and just build back up, my own business. So I said, so wow, this is perfect, so I didn't have to be there all day training people, for just a little bit of money. So I said, okay, so I had to come in and then I basically do that, and then, so I would just put people I'm off of the floor and do a little, 15-minute PTX, and that's how I was just making my bread. And then, and then with me, like once I got products, like, man, that was like a ultimate game changer. So once I had products, man, that changed the game right there.
I'm the man up in this piece.
And so then even with that, so I actually was able to buy my car, so that helped me like a lot, my Challenger. And so, I went and got that, because of me working at the gym, selling my products. Cause like at basically that time period, I didn't have like a lot of clients. So I had just more so, me selling my products. So I was selling my bands, and that's how, I was like, getting money. So, but yeah, but just, I had to go and just basically, just have the confidence to say, okay, so even if, I'm basically, I don't have any clients at the gym. I have enough skill that I can go and pull somebody off of the floor and get them pay me $10. So I said, okay, I don't need no client. I can just do this, and I can use my skill, to just make money, and then and at the time I was able to build back up my business, at my own private spot. And then what happened was, I actually wound up, wanting to buy a car, and this actually was my first time, ever, going to have a car note, so I was like, just selling my bands, selling my products, training some people, saving up money so I can get me a car. And then basically, I remember it was like the very first Challenger that I went and looked at. It was like the nice. I was originally, looking for like looking for a Scat Pack, and then I didn't know that, that they had a 392, SRT 392. And once the guy showed me that, and he told me that, they basically had it. And then I went in there, let me see, it was like right there during Black Friday. And so that's when I basically I went and got my car. So what happened was, so like basically, I had some income when it come down to, me, just selling my bands, and basically, people, paying through, Zelle. So I had that, and I had like, my other money, a little bit of money I had to work at the gym. And that was like enough for me to go and get my car. And at first, I was kind of like afraid. I was thinking like, man, and thinking, so I'm going to have a car note, my car note, was something like, it was going to be like, like seven, let's see, I think it was like $640. Like, man, I ain't never had, a car note before. I was like, man, so can I regularly pay this? So for a second, for a little bit, I was thinking that, and then like basically, I wound up having a lower interest rate. My interest rate was like about, I think it was like 7.3, because, big up to big homie Greg. Yeah, so Greg, I want to call them when I was basically, negotiating, for the car. So and the guy originally was trying to give me an interest rate of like 11%, because I actually never ever took out a big piece, of money before, so like me, I had some credit cards, so I had that, otherwise, and then if I wouldn't have had those credit cards, I wouldn't have been able to get that car, so I had a history of me paying, my bills with my small credit cards, but I never took out a big chunk of money like that, for a car, because that car was a big chunk of money. So yeah, so so I said, okay, I said, man, so I had to think about it. I said, okay, this is my first time having a car note, and I said, man, so I said, I'm a hustler, man, so I'll come up with this damn, $650 to pay this car note. I'm like, man, I thought about it when I was in there talking to the salesman, and they were trying to get me to sign the paperwork. I thought about it, and at first I was like, man, I don't know, can I pay $650? I ain't never had a car note. I said, man, I'm a hustler, man, so I said, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a hustler, I'll get that money and then some. So I said that to myself. And I just went, and just signed over the paperwork. And ever since then, I went and had that, just my car just made me into an even better hustler. But I had to go and just, take a chance. I had to go and believe in myself. So I know that, okay, regardless, of whatever that happens, I'm going to go and get people to pay me. I'm gonna go out there and make money, and I'm going to find a way. So yeah, so I'm good enough to make money regardless of wherever I'm at or whatever I'm doing. So, so that's how it is like being an entrepreneur. So I wanted to share that story with you. So being an entrepreneur is about, taking chances. Like I said, I don't believe that I'm no better than nobody else. I'm just willing to make more sacrifices than 95% of the population out there. So you just have to just believe, so you have to believe that there is a consistent, healthy version of yourself inside of you. So yeah, so I hope that helps. I just wanted to share that story with y'all about me and my journey, and about, why I'm an entrepreneur, and what exactly it's like being an entrepreneur, so. Yep, but definitely, I definitely hope that helps. I rambled a little bit though, but I hope that you basically got the message and you're just gonna keep striving toward your goals. And remember, every day, try to squeeze as much out of the day as you can. So work on being a little bit better, being consistent, but try to squeeze as much out of the day as you can, and just make that sacrifice, and just believe and do whatever it takes, just make that sacrifice. So, all right, y'all, see y'all later. I hope that helps.